This video has been made to help GCSE business students work out basic cash flow forecasts. Wherever you see this frog, you will need to start a new cash flow forecast. Mrs. Kellaway has got some templates to give the students in the lesson, but if you're watching this video from home, you'll need to copy the figures that you can see on the screen. First of all, I'm going to share with you 3 definitions. I'm going to pause the screen and then I want you to copy down these definitions. These definitions are an introduction to the cash flow forecast. The first one is that cash inflows is cash flowing into a business. Cash outflows is cash flowing out of a business. Net cash flow is cash inflows minus cash outflows. Pause the screen, make a note of those definitions. Okay, so using template number 1, or copying the figures down that you can see on the screen, we're going to start by working out how to calculate net cash flow. Now, net cash flow is where you subtract outflows from inflows. So all the cash coming into a business minus all the cash going out of a business will give net cash flow. You'll see the way I've typed this into the calculator is 500 minus 300, net cash flow of 200. Let's try another one. Template number 2. What will be the net cash flow for this January statement? So we've got 750 minus 250 gives a net cash flow of 500. Good. Now, using template number 3, try this on your own. Pause the video and have a go, and then we can check your answers. Hopefully, these are the answers that you have. Well done. Okay, now we're going to look at calculating cash inflows. This time you have already been given the net cash flow figure. You've also been given the cash outflow figure, and it's for you to work out what the cash inflow is. To do this, you add the net cash flow and the cash outflows to give you 750. So you will see in the calculator I've put 600 plus 150 is 750. Now have a go using template number 5. Have a go at working the cash inflows for January, February and March. Pause the video and then we'll check your answers. Hopefully your answers show January 1,500, February 1,200 and March 1,400. Well done. Now we're going to try calculating cash outflows. You will see here you have the cash inflows figure, the net cash flow figure. Using template number 6, we're going to calculate the cash outflows. This time, we take the inflows and we subtract the net cash flow to give us, we subtract the net cash flow to give us the cash outflows. So in our calculator, 1,850 minus 350 gives us 1,500. Using template number 7, or writing these figures down, now you try calculating the cash outflows for January, February and March. Pause the video and then we'll check the answers. Okay, so we have January 900, February 750, March 800. Well done. Now then, let's put it all together. In an exam, you may have a cash flow statement that will look like this. There will be blank boxes spread around the forecast. Using template number 8, try and have a go calculating the full cash flow forecast. Then we'll pause the screen and check your answers. Okay, so the answers here. Hopefully you remembered to work out net cash flow, we take the inflows and minus the outflows. To work out cash inflows, we add together the net cash flow and the cash outflow. And to work out the cash outflows, we add the inflows and the net cash flow. We take the net cash flow from the cash inflow. Let's try another one. Template number 9, or copy these figures down, pause the video, then we'll check your answers. How did you do? Well done. Okay, so we have gone through cash inflows, and that's cash flowing into a business. We've gone through cash outflows, that's cash flowing out of a business. We've looked at net cash flow, that's your cash inflows minus your cash outflows. Now we are going to introduce the opening balance and closing balance to the cash flow forecast. I'm going to give you 2 definitions. You're going to pause the screen and write those definitions down. The first one is opening balance. Now, opening balance is how much cash a business has at the beginning of a period. And the closing balance is how much cash a business has at the end of a period. Pause the screen and write those 2 definitions now. Okay, so using template number 10, we are going to do this together, walking through month by month. So here we have in January, we have cash inflows of 500, cash outflows of 300. So the first thing we need to do is work out the net cash flow. Hopefully you have worked out that it's £200. So if the net cash flow is £200 and the business started with £100 that month, what would it have at the end of the month? You add those 2 figures together and you will see that they have a closing balance of 300. Now that 300, we're going to use that number as the opening balance for the next month, in this case February. Now we're going to continue using the same process for February. So we have cash inflows of 700, cash outflows of 300. The net cash flow therefore will be 400. We had an opening balance of 300 and we're going to add those 2 figures together to give us a closing balance of 700. Now that closing balance in February is going to be the same as the opening balance in March. And now in March we know that our inflows are 850, our outflows are 500. That means our net cash flow is 350. Added to the opening balance of 700 gives us a closing balance of 1050. Now, time for you to try on your own. Use template number 11 given to you and go through month by month to work out the cash flow forecast for this business. Pause the video, then we'll check your answers. Okay, how did you do? Now, let's mix it up a bit. In an exam, it won't be in an order like that month by month. You will have different boxes that are spread around the forecast that you will need to complete. A little bit like this. Use template number 12 given to you, or copy these figures down, and I want you to complete the cash outflows for January and its closing balance, the net cash flow for February, and then the cash inflows for March. Pause the video and then we'll check your answers. Okay, here are the answers. Hopefully you got them right. Don't forget that the closing balance in each month will be the same as the next month's opening balance. Okay, well done. So, in this video, we have looked at cash inflows, that's cash coming into a business. We have looked at cash outflows, cash flowing out of a business. We have looked at net cash flow, which is your cash inflows minus your cash outflows. We have looked at the opening balance, that is the cash a business has at the beginning of a period. We have looked at the closing balance, and that's the cash a business has at the end of a period. So we have looked at all the different figures that you will need to do a cash flow forecast. Well done. Thank you for watching. If you need to do some more cash flow forecast practice, ask Mrs. Kellaway. She does have lots of templates. Alternatively, you can make your own templates up. Sometimes that's another good way of learning how to do a cash flow forecast. Thank you for watching.